Top of the morning to you, laddies. It's your boy KhunShawn, and we're going to be checking out Jacksepticeye. Also, I haven't watched him in like 8 years. Does he still do that intro? If he does, it's honestly really amazing because he's been doing the same intro for over 8 years. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this video is titled Help, and it's going to be more of a deeper and interesting conversation. I'm not too sure what it's about with this title. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy, but let's check it out. By the way, this comes from the Discord. Join the Discord link in the description, and you can send videos like this for me to check out. Let's go.
Internet is just getting angrier and angrier all the time? Or does it feel like... Is it just me? Or does it feel like the internet is just getting angrier and angrier all the time?
Hmm. Angrier and angrier? I don't know, man, because like the internet, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes there's a group of people that are just always angry. So I don't know if they're escalating the anger or if you mean just more people in general are being more angry. I don't know, but I would assume yes, especially if they're chronically online.
I feel
Interesting. Like I'm not too sure like specifically about angry, but when he says like he can't interact with the internet like he used to, I 100% get what he means, right? Back in the day, maybe you're like newer to the internet, but back in the day, man, it was the Wild West. But even though it was the Wild West, there was definitely a lot more people focused on just having fun, right? It was just being silly. And especially like back then, me and Jack, we're older, right? I'm almost in my 30s. So it's like back then we were uploading, we were still like teenage, maybe around like young adulthood. So yeah, back then it was more chill. But when it comes to the internet being more angry, I'm sure there are definitely, statistics of people just being outright more angry. But I personally just haven't seen it, which is good. It's hard because, we're having the topic of anger and people being negative, right? Even though on my platform I talk about positivity, I am just one part and I'm a producer, right? You guys that are consuming more than producing, you let me know, like, is Jack cooking right now? Because I personally have no clue.
but
Actually, there's less conflict in the world right now than there has been in a very long time. It's just that the news, I think that's what it is. We talk about it and we hear about it way more than we would have back in the day. Like right now on Earth, legitimately, there are less conflicts. So I think it's just because the news is talking about it so much that it's in your head more often than not. You're gonna think about it and you're gonna hear about it more often than not. But right now, man, the Earth is way more peaceful than it used to be. Because I actually used to be on prescriptions as well for depression and anxiety. I've been off of them for like almost over a year. Um, but it's not for everybody. One, being on these antidepressants isn't for everybody, and for two, getting off of them isn't for everybody. And it's definitely up to the individual to try and figure themselves out. But I will say it is 100% harder to try and figure yourself out when you are on some type of medication because these medicines affect your brain. How can you naturally try and fix yourself if you are on medication? Now, I'm not saying you should get off of it. I'm just saying if you're going to try and fix yourself, it might be easier if you try and wean off of it. By the way, I'm not a doctor, right? So, of course, don't take everything I'm saying with like, oh, yeah, this is a great idea, right? I'm just talking about my own personal experiences. Whenever I was on medication, I could feel that I wasn't completely within the control of myself. The medication had an effect. So it's like, say, somebody said something negative to me. Normally, if someone says something negative to you, you'll have an emotional reaction. You'll feel some type of way about it. I could feel the medicine in my brain. Like, if I was going to feel negatively, the medicine would like legitimately grab me and like throw me back to being like, okay. Now, however you feel about that comment and that statement, let me know if you've had this type of feeling. But that was only when I was on medication. And it's crazy because I wanted to let my emotions flow, but how can I let my emotions flow whenever something is like grabbing my emotion and saying, "Hey, no, no, you're fine." Right? It's almost like the medication was making me deny my feelings. And ever since I got off of it, you guys can see like in the channel, right? Like that I was going mad crazy with the channel. I was loving it. And then like my PC broke and then I took 3 months off. I took those 3 months to start meditating, doing more introspection. I started journaling. And ever since then, like giving myself time to make myself better without medication on top of it. Ever since then, I've just been riding high after high after high after high. And it's something that it took time to do. And it's not normal for people to be able to do this, right? It's not easy to sit alone by yourself, like legitimately sit by yourself, no cell phone, no friends, no distractions, just you and yourself. And you sit there and you figure out what is wrong with you. And there, you're going to come up with several different things to say what's wrong with you. But at the end of the day, you need to know that, hey, these things that are wrong with you, you can probably fix it. I'm saying probably because I don't know. I was able to fix my issues. Are you able to fix yours? I'm not too sure. But I would say try and believe in yourself. Keep going. Keep pushing. Don't give up. And I'm not saying, taking medication is bad, but just know that these things are actually affecting and changing you. And if it's helping you, hey, congratulations, more power to you. Maybe you need the medication because some people legitimately do need it, but it's definitely not for everybody. But not being on medication isn't for everybody either. So try and figure it out and good luck to you. I hope your journey goes strong and I hope you figure it out. Let's continue.
So
Several people and even media and agencies talk about mental health. The thing isn't the awareness because people know that everybody is going through their own battles and everybody's going through stuff. The real issue is that society does not have that much empathy for everybody else. It's true. Whether you believe it or not, how many times have you personally helped a homeless person? Honestly, like you're walking down the street, you see a homeless person, or do you just act like they don't exist? Now, I'm not saying you're a terrible person for doing so because everybody else in society does that. Everybody else decides to ignore them because we can't help everybody, right? This is the thing. Like, we can't help everybody. But if you could help that one person, why don't you? Do you need your money more than they need it? Maybe. Like I said, I'm not here to say you're a bad person or whatever. But when it comes to telling the truth, a lot of people don't like hearing that sometimes we don't do what's in the best interest of other people. I'm guilty of it as well. Earlier today, I was on the subway and elderly couple walked in. I could have gave my seat up, but I didn't. Why? Because I didn't want to. It is what it is. I was also walking down the street earlier today in France, and there was a homeless guy. I gave him some money and I just kept walking. Right? It's always up to the individual whether you want to help or whether you don't want to help. But at the end of the day, society as a whole, a lot of people just do not care about everybody else's issues. Everybody is only focused on themselves. And there are some people that legitimately only think about themselves, like legitimately only think that they exist, only they matter, and everybody else that's not their friends or family is just an NPC. It's just another speck of dirt everywhere because like I said earlier, we can't help everybody. So yeah, I don't think it's awareness. I think it's just more people need to be I think more people just need to have more empathy. And it's not something that everybody has. I did a test earlier about my emotional intelligence and then I asked my Discord to do so as well and I saw everybody has different stats. Some people have more empathy, some people have less. And it just is what it is. But it's something that we could all work on. We can definitely all work on getting more empathy to care for one another, to try and take care of each other, right? And like even look at if you even want to take it to politics, we spend more money, at least in the United States, we spend more money on weapons than we do for homeless people. Why is that? Now, you can go, and this is why this is like part of what Jack is talking about when people start talking about politics, because politics are real hard questions that everybody seems to think they have the answer to, and they think it's the right answer. That can't be the case because everybody thinks something differently. And I'm open minded enough to realize, hey, maybe what I'm saying somebody else doesn't like. Maybe they can come up with something better, or maybe they'll come up with something that's worse. it's not a social it's not an awareness thing. It's a society thing. And that's why the internet is so angry all the time. Because there are big issues in general, right? We're living in hard times. You can give yourself more skills so you don't have to worry about being in the hard times, right? Develop myself, I read, I meditate, so I don't have to really have the anxiety and the big issues that everybody has like on a personal level. I've already solved it for myself. So I don't have to deal with that. That being said, now I'm sitting here trying to fix and solve other issues. And trying to fix and solve everybody else's issues if you haven't fixed yours is almost impossible. And it's almost impossible to fix everybody else's issues because everybody needs to fix their own issues first. But people don't fix their own issues because they're either working day in, day out. Like how can I expect you to sit and figure yourself out because meditation takes time? How can you have time to meditate when you're working, busting your ass at a job that you don't like? And then you got to wake up. Maybe you got school as well on top of it. And maybe you have children on top of that, right? And maybe you're living in a hostile area on top of that, right? So I don't blame anybody for not being able to develop themselves if they aren't capable, like if they don't have the time to actually do so, if they don't have the time or the resources, right? Maslow hierarchy of needs: food, shelter, water. And then after that, what else do you need? What else do you need? What else do you need? Right? And it just keeps going and going. And if you don't have the ability to take care of the baseline needs, how can you ever even think about figuring out what's going on up here when everything out here is going crazy? Yeah, it's a deep topic and it's a deep conversation, but it's a legitimate real conversation we're having. This ain't like this is a YouTube video, sure, but I think everybody legitimately needs to try and grow themselves, even just a little bit. If you can grow yourself just a little bit, I think you can make your life easier. And if your life can get easier, you can develop yourself more. And if you can develop yourself more, life gets even easier than that. And then maybe you can start helping other people. And then when we start helping each other, we don't have to really worry about the bad times because we will be living in the good times. But that's just what I believe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's continue.
And depression and being isolated from people is just not healthy for our brains. We're creatures that are designed to go out and interact with other people.
Yes.
And when our only means of doing that sometimes is through the internet, it can be really bad.
Yes.
I've lived quite a huge amount of my career just being online. And I can tell you that it's made me angrier and sadder and made me feel even more alone than if I were out interacting with people. And that's not always easy, but it's something that I feel like we need to talk about and open up the discussion to and help people who can't help themselves.
Yes, like chronically online individuals. Yes, like your boy KhunShawn is letting you know, like if you go outside, you could legitimately, as long as you're not in a hostile environment, you could legitimately get better slowly. And like, yes, social issues like anxiety, like these things are real, but you have to fight it because it's just like every other challenge that's going to come at you in life. Are you going to let it beat you? Are you going to give up? Or are you going to keep going? Because when you keep going, it's easy for you to win. You know why? Because everybody else is weak right now. Everybody else is struggling. So if you can make yourself better, you'll easily become successful. You'll easily take on any achievement. And I'm living that. I'm living what I say. I like check my Instagram link in the description. Just check out my adventures. This is me going from somebody that was always online, the quiet kid in school, the kid that was bullied in school, the kid that was always moving every 2 years to a new school. I was always the new kid. I never got to keep my friends. And this was before social media. So it's like, yeah, I make some friends and then I have to leave. I got to start all over again. Right. You have every reason and every excuse to fail. That being said, use these reasons to fail as your energy to succeed. You don't want to be the loser anymore. You don't want to be the quiet kid anymore. You want to do something better, right? We always hear about people that have these big goals and these big dreams. You might be one of them. You say, I want to do this, I want to do that. Then do it. Because getting started, 60% of people don't even do that. So if you can get started, bro, you're already beating half the population. So I like if you're watching this, I believe in you. Do you believe in yourself? That's the real question.
The point of this video that I'm trying to make is
So yeah, this was definitely a really important conversation, and it was a deep conversation as well. I said everything I needed to say. Like I said earlier, man, like it's honestly something that it's not I don't think it's an awareness issue. I think more people just need to be able to invest in themselves, and Jack hosting this type of it's not a like this charity, this event, right? This is a way for him to help invest in other people so they can invest in themselves. And I think when more humans are able to make themselves better, they in turn want to help other people. And when other people get better, they want to help other people as well, right? And if we can all come together, we always make amazing thing happen. Like, bro, look at just around the world. The Great Wall of China, the pyramids, the Eiffel Tower, right? The Washington Monument, right? All these amazing things were made by us humans, right? I think more people just have to slowly get better, and it's not going to be anything quick or fast, right? I was able to get better in 3 months, but that's because I was having help from so many different things, right? Everything on this planet is a tool for you to succeed. Your cell phone, this can be like this thing right here can make you or it can break you, right? You go to Instagram, you go to TikTok, it will break you. You will be brain rotted. You go to any, like literally, you can go to YouTube, type in self help, type in motivation, type in, I am struggling with depression, and you will find resources to help you get better. But how can you do that when you're too busy focused on Mudang, right? And I get it. Like, it's a trap. It's legitimately a trap. These companies have made you weak because you becoming weak makes them stronger. They get more money from you watching their stuff, right? And I am also part of the problem because we are watching YouTube. That being said, even though I am part of the problem, it doesn't mean I don't have solutions. So yeah, if after this video you want to start becoming better, I think you should. Even if that means you got to take a break from the online world for a couple months to a couple years. You need to better yourself because nobody else is going to take care of you. Nobody else is going to save you. Nobody's going to come wake you up, say, "Hey, I mean, your boy KhunShawn's knocking on your window, but it's up to you whether you want to open it and go through it or not." Always it's going to be up to you. But yeah, I'm done preaching. This is a great video. Thank you. Shout out to Masashi in the Discord. He's the one that sent this in. So yeah, join the Discord if you guys want more videos like this. Drop them in the Discord. I'll check them out. I know you guys enjoyed the Pippa video, so I hope you guys enjoy this one too. This is just your boy KhunShawn being real. Everything that I've learned in my life and from other people, from mentors, from books, from everything, I absorb it. I take the best parts of it and then I try and redirect it to you guys. Whether you accept it or not, or you think it's right or not, whatever, that stuff doesn't matter. I'm just here to honestly try and do my part to help humanity because I am a human. First thing first, right? AI is taking over. We better start getting our act right. I need more strong people to be able to actually continue, our species. But yeah, that's another topic for another day. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Y'all be safe. Love y'all. Bye.